Well, okay, so if everything is fine, let us now begin with the next part. Uh, and today we will be talking about new number system, which is octal number system. As we have already discussed in our introduction to the various number systems, that there is another number system apart from binary and decimal, which is also quite popular and is known as octal number system. So basically, what is a octal number system? Is the number system for which the base or the radix is consisting of 8 symbols. Correct? That is called octal number system. So what were the 8 symbols? I hope you remember from the previous class. They were 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So total 8 symbols are there in octal number system. Now, the whole theory for octal number system is similar as that of our binary or decimal number system. The general formalism also we have discussed in our beginning lecture. So today we will be directly using the some examples to understand octal number system. So in octal number system, everything is same. There is a weight to a specific position in the number system. There is something called a radix point. You have an integer part, you have a fractional part, and so on. And base here is going to be 8. Let us start with a simple example of a number called 6327 dot 4051 to the base 8. Notice here one thing which is important, that the base of the number is actually written this way outside the bracket. So by default, if there is no base and numbers are looking like this, we will assume that is a decimal number system. However, if you are dealing with the general number systems, then accordingly we have to put the base value. For example, here we may put 2 for binary, say 8 for octal, then you may have 16 for hexadecimal, 10 for decimal, and so on. So how will this number be converted to corresponding decimal equivalent? Here is the rule, right? So basically this is the radix point, and then what is the weight here? 8 raised to the power 0. Weight for this is 8 raised to the power 1. Weight for this is 8 raised to the power 2. Here is 8 raised to the power 3. Just like b raised to the power 0, b raised to the power 1, b raised to the power 2, b raised to the power 3, and so on. Similarly, weight for the digits appearing after a radix point will be 8 raised to the power minus 1, 8 raised to the power minus 2, 8 raised to the power minus 3, 8 raised to the power minus 4, and so on. So what is this number going to be? This number will be 6 into 8 raised to the power 3, because the weight for the place of this 6 is 3, 8 raised to the power 3. Similarly, 3 into 8 raised to the power 2, 2 into 8 raised to the power 1, and so on. Similarly, if you assign corresponding weights to each digit, you will be able to get this number. I hope it is clear. Now, what is this number? It is simple multiplication. So 6 into 8 raised to the power 3. So you can find out what is 8 raised to the power 3. 8 raised to the power 3 will be what? 256. No, it is 512. 8 raised to the power 3 is 512. 512 multiplied by 6 will give you this number, 3072. Similarly, 8 raised to the power 2 is 64. When multiplied by 3 will give you 192. 8 raised to the power 1 is 8 into 2, 16. 7 into 8 raised to the power 0, 7. 4 by 8, there will be a fractional number corresponding to it. 4 by 8 is what? 1 by 2, which is 0.5. Then 5 by 512. you can find this number will turn out to be equal to 0.009765625. So, and then accordingly this number. So when you sum all these numbers, you will find out that this number in a octal number system is equal to this number in decimal number system. This should be clear, I hope. If there is any question, please feel free to ask. Is there any question from till now? I mean, is there any confusion from this small part? Okay, fine. I also request you to please sign in your attendance. Just type your roll numbers so that it is accordingly recorded in the chat box. Let us see some other examples. Now let me give this to you. Having done that previous example, let us convert this number to octal number system. Now how will we do this? You apply your mind and let me know what is this number equal to in octal number system. 247 to the base 10. What is this number equal to? Can anyone try? Why do we need octal number system? Okay, I'll talk to this later on. We need it for various codings. So I'll be talking about it later. Fine. Yes, any other question? You convert this 247 to the base 10. Can anyone try, or you all try it? This is converse of the previous one. Everybody is getting 367. How? So this is how to get this number, 367. So you have to keep on dividing the number with 8. So I have to first divide the same way we do for binary. Now, because we are going to an octal number system, so what we have to do is we have to divide with 8 because base is 8 here. So this is divided by 8. So what is quotient going to be? This is going to be 30. I hope you know how to get it. And what is the remainder here? Finally, the remainder will be 7. Then 30 when you divide it with the 8, then what it will give you? Quotient 8 3s are 24 and remainder will be 6. Same here, I mean you can divide it with 8. So 8 3s are 24 and then 8 zeros are 0 because everything goes like this. 7 it is. So it is smaller than 8. So 8 zeros are. And then remainder is 7. So you can divide, I'm sure. So finally, how will you get the number? This will be all these remainders written in opposite order. 3, 6, 7 to the base 8. So here is the conversion for 247 to the base 10. And that number is equal to 367 to the base 8. You know what is this number called in decimal number system? This is called 247. Correct? Can we call this number 367? Can we call this number as 367 or not? Yes, audience. Nishant says no. Why? This number cannot be called 367 because, yes, anyone? Why so? Or let me come to the previous example. If I take an integer part of this, if it would have been decimal, I should have called it 6,327. But in octal number system, I cannot call it as 6,327 to the base 8. No, I can't call it like that. Why so? Anyone? It is octal. So, because how we call a number? Why we call it? Suppose it would have been a decimal number system. So what we used to call? We used to call the weights. So what will be the weight in decimal number system for this unit? What will be the weight for this tens? What will be the weight for 300s? What will be the weight for 6,000? If there is another digit, what will be the weight for that? 10,000. So that is how weights are placed. Because in decimal number system, weights are like 10 raised to power 1, which is tens place, then 10 raised to power 2, hundreds place, 10 raised to power 3, thousands place, 10 raised to power 4, 10,000 place, and so on. So that is why we call 6. And what is the weight at this digit? 1000. So in decimal number system, this should have been 6,000. 3 is at hundreds place. So 327. But now in octal number system, the weight is not 1000, right? The weight is 8 raised to the power 3, which is going to be something different. So that is why we cannot call this number 6,327, or similarly, we can't call this number as 247. Correct? So what to call it? We don't call it as such. We say, okay, 367 to the base 8. It is better to call it like this. So we are so familiar with the decimal notation that we are comfortable with that. In case of this, what should be the weight for 3? What should be the weight for 3? 8 raised to the power 2, 64. So we should call something like 3, 64, 6, 8, 7. Because 3 is at a place of 64th place value, 6 is at a place of 8th, its place value is 8. But that is very unconventional and confusing. That is why we should say 367 to the base 8. If it is clear, then let us do another example. How to convert this 0.6875 to the base 10 to octal number system, to the octal form. So the rule is the same as in case of decimal to binary. For the fractional part, what is the rule is you multiply with the base. So base here is 8. So you multiplied it. What you found here is this comes out to be 5.5. So this number, which is before the decimal, not decimal, the radix point, that will be the corresponding number which will be appearing in the answer. So this number is nothing but 0.54 to the base 8. Maybe it is not written here. Okay, this will be 0.54 to the base 8. If you want to verify your answer, what will that be? Say 5 into 8 raised to the power minus 1 plus 4 into 8 raised to the power minus 2, isn't it? That should give you the same number. So basically 5 divided by 8, which is 0.625, plus 4 divided by 64. So this whole sum will give you this number exactly, because 4 divided by 64 will be what? 4 divided by 64 will be 0.0625. So that number will come. I hope I could make it clear to you. Is this clear till here or not? Is there any question? Is there any question regarding octal number system? Okay, fine. This is quite simple. Let me give you now another example. Now convert this number to corresponding octal number system. Just for your practice. Convert this number to octal form. Do it in your notebook. What will this number be equal to in octal form? Yes, anyone got the answer? Oh. 6327.4051 to the base 8. Okay, let me see what others get it. Almost same answer with everyone. Okay, how to get the answer? So we need to first get integer part. The conversion is straightforward. This should be 6327, as most of you got it correct. So integer part, that is 3287 to the base 10 is nothing but 6327 to the base 8. Similarly, we need to proceed for fractional part. So fractional part can be done in the same way. Keep on multiplying with 8. So first is 4 coming here, then 0, then 5, then 1. So I think everyone, whosoever typed the answer, got it correct. But all of you didn't type their answer. I mean, you don't need to type, but you just let me know if it is clear to everyone. That is fine. If anyone didn't understand this, please type your question so that I can help them individually. If anyone didn't understand, please type your question so that I can help up to this part. I'm expecting your question, if there is any or any doubt. Okay, so I hope it is clear to everyone. It is very simple, no need to bother. So that is how your fractional part can be written, and the total answer is this one. Okay, now having done this, let us try to understand how can we convert from octal to binary number systems. From octal number system to binary number system. It is where you can somehow try to appreciate the advantage of octal number system, as the one of the student was asking what is the application or why we use octal number system. So this has some special compatibility with respect to the binary number system. What is that compatibility? We shall be getting it shortly. So before we move to that, so this is how our the counting in octal number system proceed. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 7, both are same, decimal and octal. Then after 7, because in octal number system, the number of symbols are just 8. So what will be the next? That is going to be 1. I mean, next place digit becomes 1, and this is initialized, made 0. then 1 1 1 2 1 3 and so on, correct? Whereas for decimal number system, the counting will go like this. This is quite simple and clear. How to get corresponding binary? So 0 0 is like this: 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Up to 7 we are comfortable in 3-bit system, isn't it? So this 3-bit system is okay up to this point. When we go beyond this, we need to go to a higher bit system. So here we are using 1 2 3 4 5 6 6-bit system, correct? But you will realize that first 2 bits are always 0. So even if we would have opted for a 4-bit system up to here, up to 15, that would have served the purpose. But since I mean, even if you need to go for higher case, then we need to actually get more number of bits. I hope that is clear. Now let us see some example of talking about examples rather than theoretically trying to convince you how to do that. So with the help of examples, this will be more clear. Now we have a number which is 736 to the base 8. It is a number in octal number system. So can you all please try it on your notebook and try to get corresponding binary number? I give some time to you. You get it done. Let me see when I see the response. Yes, please go ahead. Okay, some of you did it very fast. Some are taking a little time. How did you convert it? Okay, who did this first? Jyoti did it fastest. So Jyoti, how did you convert it? So many, maybe. Yes, please.
Sir, I take 7 first and convert it in binary, octal binary 111, and then 3, and it is 011 in binary, and 6, and it is 110, and I write this as it is.
Okay, correct. The logic is very perfect and fine. But before we could convince ourselves with this logic, let me tell others as well, those who couldn't understand it, how we can convert any number which is given in octal number system to the binary number system. This is quite simple and straightforward. You have to see the digits of octal number system. So this is 736, and then each digit, if you go back to the table, then up to 7, all these numbers can conveniently be written in a 3-bit representation. And very interesting thing is that as the last or highest number in octal number system is reached, the highest number in 3-bit binary representation is also reached. Because then beyond this, we have to go to 4-bit representation. Here we have to go to 2-digit representation, right? So this interesting similarity is very useful. So if I have to convert any number from octal to binary, I have to take corresponding binary bits for that particular number, and it is very easy to remember. What is 4? It is 100, correct? 2 raised to the power 2. What is 6? 110, and so on. So that is how we can very easily convert each of the each of the octal number system digit to corresponding binary number system 3-bit set. So 7 is 111, isn't it? 6 is 011. Sorry, 3. Yeah, 3 is 011. And what is 6? 6 is equal to 110. So once we have all these bits, triplet of bit corresponding to each digit here. So for every digit here, you have to assign a set of 3 bits. Make sure you assign set of 3 bits. Then these all all 3 triplets written together constitutes the binary equivalent of this number. So what is 736 in binary form? 736 in octal form to corresponding binary form is 111 011 110 to the base 2. Now we may have some doubt, or some of you may not have. We can verify it if we convert this to corresponding decimal number, and if we convert this one as well to corresponding decimal number, the decimal number for both should come out to be exactly the same. Let us do this exercise. What will be the decimal equivalent of both? Convert them and find out the number, so that they should both yield to the same number in decimal number system. Let us do an exercise. You do it quickly. What is 736 in decimal number system? 478. Okay. Are you getting same from binary as well? Yes. Check it if you are getting same using binary. 8. I don't. What is that? 478. Okay. Most of you are getting 478. 3 into 8 plus 6. The answer is correct. It is 478. So from both sets, whether it from binary, you proceed from binary or you proceed from octal, both will give you the same answer. Very good. So you can convert any number given to you in octal number system, and it should not be very difficult. It is really quick and fast. If you remember that, okay, what is the triplet equivalent of corresponding digit in the octal number system? Now let us see one example from binary to octal. So someone may say, okay, let us first get the decimal equivalent, then go to corresponding octal. That is not the way. So what you need to do here, you need to make triplets. 1, 2. Okay, now question is from where to begin making triplets. You may say, okay, this is 100 1110. Some of you may do this. Okay, you convert it first, then I will check if you understood it correctly or not. So what is this equal to in octal form? 670. Okay. Others, I'm waiting for others to find out. Jyoti, this time there is something wrong. I think you missed something. Cross check your answer. Maybe Pranjal is okay, but let others come with the answer. Let us see what they get. Yes, others, I'm waiting for your response. Divyanshi is getting 617. I doubt her answer. Okay, Divyanshi, did you correct? Oh, again you are getting 618. Not good. Okay, how to convert it is very simple. You start with least significant bit. So what is LSB here is 0. So from least significant bit, I have to create one triplet, which is this one, which is nothing but 110. What is 110? In octal form, 110 is 6. Isn't it? 4 plus 2, 6. Then you get next triplet, which is 001, which is nothing but 1. So 1, 6. Then you are left with 1. You have to complete triplet by putting two more zeros to the left hand side. So this will be 1. So what this number will be equal to 116 to the base 2. So I hope it is clear and straightforward. Every one of you should now be able to do it. Divyanshi, is it clear? Divyanshi, or who else was doing it wrong? Divyanshi, is it okay? Jyoti, is it okay to you as well? Jyoti also had got some answer wrong way. Okay, fine. This is quite simple, right? So that is how you can make the triplets and then you can get the answer. Now let me give this to you. Now you find out the answer. What will this number be? Zero 0.514. 0.5, yes, one triplet, second triplet, third triplet. Yeah, correct. So this is 0.514. How to make triplets? So in case we have a mixed number, I mean which have fractional part as well as integer part, radix point is taken as reference. So with respect to radix point, you make triplets to the right, I mean towards the fractional part as well as to the integer part. So this will be 514 to the base 8. I hope it is clear to all of you. Again, this is straightforward. Now, here are three more examples. Let me, let all of you try this, and then let me know what is the answer. You have to type your answer with A in the brackets and the number in corresponding decimal form. No, not decimal, octal form. And then number in, similarly answer B, answer C, and so on. Let me see how many of you get it correct. Yes, please proceed with answers. Yes, any response for A? Then B, then C, and so on. Yes, please. A is 3161.0571. Yes, correct. So this is the answer to A. I hope all of you will be in position to do this. Then go for B now. Let me see what response is there for B. What is the answer for B? Let us try for B. Very good. Good for those who did A. Let us see what is B. 1336.6246. 1336.6246. Okay, let others do. Yes, is everyone getting the same answer or not? Answer for B. Four six to the base 8. Ranjal, you put one extra 3 there. 13336. It is not 13336. Okay, fine. I mean, it is 1336.6246. This is a correct answer to this. Very good. Now I request you to proceed for C, the last example for today. What will be the answer for C? $761.4632. 761.432? No, it is 432. 4632. Correct. It is 4632, not 432. So all those who got this answer is also right. So I hope with this you are able to understand octal number system and a conversion from octal number system to binary number system. So here you can try to appreciate octal number system in terms of its simplicity to convert from octal to binary and binary to octal. So actually you can simply decide any 3-bit storage and then type any octal number, and each time you press the key in a keyboard which is designed for octal number system, there will be a triplet of data which will be stored in a corresponding 3-bit location, and so on. So this way octal number system is very simple, right? We don't have to work up for much hardware. In case of decimal number system, you have to be a little cautious. There is no one-to-one correspondence. Similarly, this hexadecimal number system is also advantageous in that way that for hexadecimal number system, the 4-bit binary set is okay. If you go to 4-bit binary set, let us go to the previous table. Yeah, this one. If I use a hexadecimal number system, this is not hexadecimal, it is decimal. So in hexadecimal number system, after 9 comes A. We don't write 10 there, we write A instead of 10, B for 11, C for 12, D for 13, E for 14, and F for 15. So that is how we have total 16 symbols, and then each symbol has a corresponding 4-bit binary equivalent. So that is how hexadecimal system is also very simple. This is the advantage of what you call this one, octal number system over the other number systems. Is this clear, or is there any question from what we did till now? Is everything okay, or any query, Subhash? Fine, okay. Well, if there are no questions, then that's all for today. Tomorrow we will be talking about hexadecimal number system in brief, some conversion examples, and then we will talk about coding. that how we can code from one number system to other number system and so on. So that's all. And have a nice day. Let us meet tomorrow as per timetable. Okay, goodbye.